Boom, 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 boom. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the premiere of the Golden Hour, hosted by yours truly, the Garden Goddess, alongside my fellow host, the Love Goddess. As she used to be the Protection Priestess, now she's the Love Goddess, y'all. New name. Some of you may know us from previous classes from the free mentorship and also the groups that we started. Thanks to Black Spectrum Network. But for those of you that don't know us, I'm the Garden Goddess. I am an herbalist at the Voodoo Institute. I am priestess of the roots. I specialize in plant medicine, love work, prosperity work, and healing and health work.
Okay. Her entire resume, y'all. And I'm the Love Goddess. I specialize in, of course, love work, attraction work, healing work, spiritual awareness, and, of course, protection work, because I'm still that bitch. It's
period. For who? So a lot of me and the Love Goddess, we're active priestesses in the field, constantly doing spiritual work for our clients. A common work that we get asked to do is love work. And so we want to make today's topic be geared towards love work, because we want those of you that do love work by yourself at home to be prepared and know what to do, and also have a clear understanding of what love magic is. So just to get started, Priestess, what is love magic for those of you that don't know it?
This is like an entire bottle of wine kind of conversation. And I'm gonna drink it out the bottle too. I'm pre-warning you.
I ain't judging you.
I ain't got no cup.
I want one too.
Look, what I'm saying is, I'll send you one. You just right up the street. What I'm saying is that love work can just be so wonderful. It can be so beautiful, and it can really save marriages, save relationships, as long as it's based off the right intentions. If we're being perfectly honest, what a lot of people ask us about is not necessarily love work, it's attraction work. You don't really want no nigga to love you, girl. You want him to be head over heels for you. You know what I'm saying? You want him as an option. You want him to be stuck. You told him, baby, you ain't going nowhere.
You want a dog. That's what you want. You want a puppy, huh?
Girl, it's a whole no-go for us. It really is. But when it comes to love work, though, love work is not only talking about love within romanticizing, the word. It's also talking about self-love. You could get love work done for relatives, your own children. Love work done for your Ori. You gotta show your Ori some love too. But it's not just a situation where it's like, yeah, I want to be with this person forever. But that's really why we having this conversation today, and I need like a full bottle of wine.
Go ahead and take your sip, sis. I ain't mad at you.
It's not gonna be a sip. I'm gonna be ignorant. I'm gonna get
ignorant. Come to the table as you are. No, so love work, I think, just to have a basic understanding of what love is, by definition, love is just a sexual attachment, a romantic attachment, or a deep affection and feeling for someone. So on a logic level, when people are doing love work, they're usually doing it to initiate a relationship, to fix a relationship that they're already in, to bring back an ex, to break up people sometimes, and also to build a relationship with oneself. So that's a basic understanding of what love is. So when you're doing magic, you're usually doing magic for those things. And obviously you can build off of that and build relationships from that. Although I wouldn't recommend you do love magic on children. They do not need that. They already have an infinite amount of love, and their energy is very innocent. So you don't necessarily need to do love magic on children. But if you're doing attraction work, attraction can be anything. Attraction is just evoking a certain interest for something or someone. So we are constantly attracting things. We're attracting the ain't shit person that we have in our life, the ain't shit friendships, the ain't shit job. Some of our frequency level is at the equivalent of a microwave, where everything we touch just dies. Nutrients level on like low, right? So attraction work doesn't necessarily have to be geared towards love work. It could be anything. But if we're talking about attraction in the context of love, if love is the noun, attraction is the verb, right? So the frequency level just has to match that. And if you're trying to attract someone, you better hope that your frequency is at a high level, where you're not going to bring in someone that is mirroring your bad habits and mirroring your ways of maneuvering through relationships. You know what I mean? So for a lot of people that are trying to do love work and attraction work, they don't have a clear understanding of what love is or what love means to them, how they maneuver in relationships, if their character is still kind of fucked up where they shouldn't be in relationships.
Right.
And they also have this desperation to just have someone under them because they're just not comfortable with themselves. Like Derek Jackson's wife, you know, she could have left her relationship. You know, she didn't have to be on YouTube in her bonnet of justice, you know, spitting poems of Negro spirituals talking about, you came here for gossip. I came here to speak gospel. Like, she didn't have to do all that. But she felt like, you know, her relationship, you know, means something to her. And the Lord, why Jesus got her, right? She don't need a, she don't have to look stupid on there, but she wanted to look stupid because that's her definition of love. What? You like, child, this is some woman. She didn't have to be with that cancer man, but she chose to be. Okay. And so in her case, if she wanted to do love or attraction work, she would be attracted to Derek Jackson.
I want to slap the fuck out of her. I really do. Like, respectfully so. Cause like, and I mean that too. I had to take a sip on that one. When you mentioned his, I immediately saw her bonnet and her glasses. Just on that couch looking dumb as hell in front of the world. And now she done made it over to Black Twitter, goddammit. And once you're on Black Twitter, you never leave.
Once you become a meme, it's over. It's
I ain't never in my life when I had no nigga.
Like, oh no, stab.
I've never had no dude disrespect me like that. Like, who was it? Was it Megan? No, it was Cardi. Cardi said, and of course it would have been Cardi to say this, a nigga gonna only do what you allow.
Period.
You have this major Derek Jackson. I want to hit him with his own car. I honestly do.
Well,
he's future, and he's just not. He's not future. He's not. He's probably one of the very few men that she's ever been with, if not one of the only. She's aware. People be like, well, he's just really manipulative. You crazy as hell if you don't know somebody's manipulating you. You don't have that common, you know, people talk about a moral compass. They don't talk about common sense. You know what I'm saying? It's a feeling that you get when you know and understand.
Ouch, priestess, stop. Damn.
I hate bitches. Like, that shit don't make sense. It does not make sense for you to be in a situation like this and then turn around and play the victim. Like, he's wrong for what he's doing, but you ain't stupid. God didn't make women stupid.
So if a woman like her came to you and was trying to root a nigga like Derek Jackson, what would you tell her?
I'd do it.
Oh, really? Really? I'll be like, let that nigga go. Like,
in all honesty, I'm really the petty priestess, if we being perfectly honest.
Damn.
So I'll do it simply because it's a situation where I'm like, I really want to get back at him personally. So I'll do this for you simply because he's just a jackass. That's just what he is. And I would have no problem doing this. But guess what, sis? You know what's going to end up happening? That nigga not going to stop cheating, though. I can root him to you all I want to. He ain't never going to divorce you. He ain't never going to leave. But he ain't never going to stop cheating.
Yeah, a lot of women have a misconception that they root a man to them. It's going to make them love them. It's going to make them stay. Sometimes that energy actually agitates the man, especially if they don't know that you're into the occult. So they're not understanding why their energy feels bounded to you, even though they want to leave, and it ends up angering them a lot of the times. In many cases, that's what I see. So for those of you that are in relationships like that, where you're trying to make a nigga stay and he don't want to stay, it's best to not try to root him to make him stay. But if you are trying to root someone, it's always good to have an idea of how do you navigate in relationships? What does love look like for you? What is your character like? And what is your expectations? Some expectations are very delusional. Some of them are not going to happen. If you want a Trey Songz and Trey Songz don't live in your building, I can't get you a Trey Songz.
Girl, yes, we can. Get you Trey. You said that like it's just not possible. It's like,
it is possible if he don't know you exist. What you want me to do? Like,
do it. It's just gonna take a minute. Like he don't know.
Give me his number first.
Just because he don't know you, don't mean I can't like sneak in his back window and steal his toothbrush. You know what I'm
Lord, saying? Look, I ain't getting arrested for you.
I'm not gonna get arrested, girl. I'm a ninja. I got this.
I'm crying.
Yeah, I'll get you a Trey Songz and a Chris Brown, but you know that song Trey Songz came out with? What's that shit called? Back Home? That's like a toxic relationship anthem. That's what you want?
Oh, I thought you were trying to say I don't want nobody else to do. I was like, oh, that's my shit, you know?
I ain't never gonna
trust no Trey Songz. I ain't gonna know with you.
Called smartphones. I ain't never in my life gonna trust no nigga. What is he anyway?
I don't know. My future baby daddy. That's my husband. He's claimed. Even though I know he already somebody else's baby daddy, but I mean, what's the second one?
It's just, girl, it's a mess. It's a mess out here. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, to answer your question, I would root Derrick Jackson. You know Derrick Jackson. I have no problem doing so. I would. Man, he thinks he the finest piece of chocolate on the planet, but he's still gonna want to taste every other flavor there is. Like, just, there ain't no control in that forehead. That boy going everywhere with his life. Forehead first.
So, what are the consequences to someone rooting their partner?
Since we're gonna bring that up, I'm gonna take a sip of wine and.
Girl, you about to go on a whole roller coaster. Especially if you didn't get authorization to do it. You're about to get a whole roller coaster.
No. We're gonna go into the period blood and spaghetti because somebody gotta talk about it.
Stop. You put it in my food. I dare you. Put your juicy juice up in my food. Yo,
juicy juice.
You know, women, not only their food, but they put their juicy juice up in their tea. I came to get healing, and now I'm choking to death because you put your nasty, thick, juicy juice up in my tea. That's not okay. Don't do that.
But no. If we gonna talk about the women, because we know we got men in here, we gotta talk about the men too. You motherfuckers having the nerve to put your semen up in milk now? That's what y'all doing? Up in these little Facebook groups.
I'll never look at cookies and milk doing that shit. Could you imagine? The person you date? Do you want to die? Do you care about your life? Like, no, sweetie, no, that ain't it.
I'm too.
And that's the methods. That's the methods that people will do to root somebody. And you don't even have to be that nasty. You could have just did a candle sweetie. It's okay. Now you know, but don't do that. That's rude.
If you put your blood, your period blood that comes out of your vagina, your vaginal cavity, we want to get technical about it. In a nigga food, he liable to slap the fuck out of you. Like, why would you?
Yeah, that's rude. Okay. That's really rude. If you want to root someone, you don't have to do that. You can just get a candle with some herbs. You could herb.
I could see his wife doing that. She looked like that kind of bitch.
She just looked tired, sis. She just looked real tired. I don't know she has energy.
Tired women do. They be like, nah, I'm sick and tired of this shit. This is what I'm gonna do.
She's too busy with her bonnet of justice and white Jesus' book to be doing all that. So I don't even think she want to do that. I'm
not taking this bonnet back off.
You can keep it.
You saw how hers was black, mine is white.
Yeah, yours is cute too.
Girl, it's reversible. I wear my bonnet.
I want one. I need that. So Derrick Jackson's wife came to you, and she's gonna do the work anyway. But, I mean, that's fine. She's gonna do the work anyway, and she's asking for what kind of herbs to do in her love work. What kind of herbs would you recommend to her?
I know everybody talks about rose petals, but let's talk about some honey. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about olive oil. You know, olive oil is great for love work and, passion work and attraction work in general. I mean, when we think about like Greek mythology, they talk about olive oil all the goddamn time. And especially when it comes to like divine sensuality, naked women or the naked human form in general. Like it's there's so many different herbs and, you know, different ways and how we can go about it. Girl, the moon. That's my best friend right there. Me and her get shit done. But you need to be a skilled practitioner. Not everybody can go outside and work with the moon, bitch. I can. So you see what I'm saying? It's be careful. You know what your intentions are. If you have discernment in your decision, you need to double think about what it is that you're doing. You see what I'm saying? It's fun, but think about like the consequences too.
Yeah, if you wanted to use herbs for your love work, roses are always a staple. They're ruled by Venus. Roses can bring in self-love. It can empower your work. It can bring in lust. It can bring in sex. It can bring in passion. It can bring in all the goodness that you want in love. Also, cinnamon. Cinnamon is a sexy herb. You know, it is fire. It brings passion. It brings eroticism. It brings speed. It brings heat.
Like sex. Good sex, anyway.
Yeah, it brings good sex, basically. It brings hot, good sex that everyone wants.
She just smells beautiful. Cinnamon is wonderful for sex work, for lust, attraction, you know, things of that nature. I'm gonna hurt him.
It's okay. And then obviously protecting your work. So after you utilize the rose, your cinnamon, hint, gardenias for those of you that are looking to get married. That's a great herb to use for a commitment, a stabilized commitment. You want to coat your work in sea salt, which is a protection herb, and you should always have a layer of protection in the work that you do.
That's another thing. I think. What were you about to say?
No, go ahead, sis.
I think. Okay, so not everybody's like this, but you need to. This is when I was talking about discernment, right? When I do love work, I'm not only thinking about making somebody sexy, and that's just that. When you do love work, that's not the only focus here. I often work with earth, you know, like as a root, I'll go outside and dig up the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because you also need grounding, stability, and balance in a relationship. I'm not going to be in a relationship that doesn't have those things because there's no goddamn point. It's a waste of my time. So when it comes to that situation, you need to be able to have these things in these relationships and be able to decide whether or not this is even something you should be staying in, let alone doing work in, or on for that matter. So, you know, herbs like sea salt, great for balancing and grounding and planting your feet firmly in the ground, you know, and if you know what you're doing, you know, it could go so much further than that, helping with communication, bringing clarity to these situations and purifying, you know, this negative energy, you know, if you're in a relationship, it tends to attract those kinds of things.
Having a well-balanced list of herbs. So water herbs, Venus herbs, even a little bit of fire. It just depends on what you want your relationship to be. If you're looking for something for more passion, I would use herbs that are ruled by fire with a little bit of water. If you're looking for something like a stable relationship, I would use earth herbs, lots of dirts, roots. I would get dirt from like what do you call those? Where's the place that you get married? The chapel?
Not a girl. I said a mortuary. God forbid.
Girl, if you want your relationship to die, like don't do that. Like dirt from a chapel. You know, doing things that using grounding herbs, like Priestess said, as well as water herbs, will bring in a lot of romance but stability within your relationships. So and that is helpful.
How do you feel about people like going to go get dirt from like a sex shop or something? What you gonna tell them?
I actually like that. If you want some kinky sex, if you want like some passion in the bedroom, if like your nigga ain't putting it down like that, or your girl ain't putting it down like that, then you know, throw some little dirt in the candle.
Girl,
I mean, pay the dirt
all over the floor. Why the floor dirty? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Come here.
Yeah, sweetie. It's just powder. Don't even worry about it.
It's not even that. I got this new potpourri.
I'm crying. So if someone wanted to hire you for root work, what would you tell them as like a pros and cons, or what they should be prepared for?
What I always tell people, you need to decide whether or not this is somebody you actually like, right? And we need to sit down and have a conversation. You need to get a divination so we can figure out, or so I will know for that matter, like whether or not this is a situation where you want to love this person or you want this person to love you. You know, say for instance, like saving a marriage or like a relationship that's been going on for a long time. Versus you want me to sit here and you trying to throw your wop on his face. You feel me? Because I can do that.
Yeah,
that's like my specialty, girl. I can do that, you know? I love getting into a little trouble, but, you know, we need to sit down and, like, have that conversation in terms of, like I said, is there discernment in your decision? Mm-hmm. Like, why is it that you're doing this? Because either way, I'm with the shit, but you know, when it comes to the pros, yeah, it can definitely help with communication. Because when it comes to binding, do you just want to bind them, or you want this to be a good relationship too? Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? So we need to sit down together and figure out whether or not that is. Now, when it comes to rooting a nigga, you know how we had that conversation about men getting angry when they can't leave a situation that they feel like they're stuck in. Masculine energy, when caged, can be very short-tempered, fiery, and animalistic. So yeah, he ain't gonna leave. He gonna beat your ass.
And like, there's plenty of cases where I've seen that.
Girl, that's why we had this conversation with Huga, and I think there was a whole nother class where we were like, this, no, it was Priestess Peach Blossom. She said this is why they be going up in these jobs and blowing these women's heads off, because you just sat here and put your period blood in his spaghetti. And you were nasty with it.
And it was very disrespectful.
Imagine like if the coochie not clean though, and you liable to get your ass slapped.
My stomach hurt. I mean, if you wanted to do root work, be aware that it's not going to stop a man from cheating. You have to continue to do love work when you start it. Also, you have to have a rational. You might have your expectations not be met if you don't have realistic expectations. So having a clear understanding of what kind of relationship you want, who you are when you're in relationships, your understanding of love, and then saying, do I have the energy to continue to do this? Is always something you need to have a clear understanding of. And what happens when you're done with this and the nigga's done with you? That has to be in that conversation too, because it's not about just you liking someone and wanting to do work on them, but do they like you? You know, some of the people that we meet are not in relationships. They're the side chick trying to steal someone else's relationship. And that's possible to break them up.
Did we already talk about Sweetie and Quavo?
No, but I want to.
Girl.
If Sweetie came to you was like, my nigga is cheating on me with bitches, but he buys me Birkins. What kind of magic can I do to like make him stop?
You want to know something really interesting? Sweetie is a Cancer.
And she's so pretty.
That's my point, though. She's a water energy woman, dominant at that, and she's real fucking bratty. Which is why she attracts the kind of men that she does. You know, more than likely very wealthy. You know, and if he ain't wealthy, he gonna spend his last check on her. You feel me?
Period.
She don't need. That's a prime example of a woman that already bears natural attraction. You see what I'm saying? Like, she gonna pull these niggas in. Like, if Sweetie really single, she not gonna be single for long.
Facts. That girl is pretty.
That girl got them. As soon as them niggas found out, they said, look, but for a woman like her, it could be dangerous considering that she is a water sign and she carries that kind of energy. Because men are already rather obsessive over her. So you need to be, you know, versus like if I was working with like Dora the Explorer, right? I'm gonna have to do some work for Dora. We're gonna have to explore her options. Not trying to be rude, but
Dora the Explorer is cute. She can pull a nigga too.
She can pull him, but I'm gonna have to long haul that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Like, Sweetie, all I gotta do is just drop a pinch in the ocean and she's straight. But nah. Dora, she gone. And it's just because of the kind of energy that she already carries about herself and what she already attracts. You see what I'm saying? Sweetie, I ain't finna play with her. She liable to have that nigga hit her with the Maybach that he got for her. You feel me? Like, as soon as she come out the house with another dude, she skirt. He not finna play with her, bro. He not. And I don't
Have you dealt with a man that wants to root a woman? What's that like? What's that like?
Well, since we talking about it, you know what I'm saying? First of all, men be acting like women just crazy. And men don't be out here doing the same thing. Boy, you a lie. You a lie. You didn't say here had a girl break out with you. It's like, if I could root this bitch, I would. Those men have control issues.
Yeah.
They more than likely view this woman as property, not necessarily as a person. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of that comes from ego and pride. It's too much masculine energy. Or imagine like an overly sensitive nigga and he want to root you and he like a water. Imagine like a Cancer want to root somebody. Like a man though. Derek Jackson.
Yeah, he would. That's probably how he got his girl the first time. I root that girl.
She's just stupid as fuck. She's just dumb.
She's just young.
Well,
yeah, she might be young-minded. She might be young-minded. I ain't gonna hold you. Poor baby.
I don't have the patience for this. Like I don't. The reason why I said I would root her husband for her is because I would take her as the kind of client that wouldn't listen to shit that I said. Like I would sit here and tell her common sense. I know that she's smart. Like I gathered that just from seeing pictures of her. This is an intelligent woman. She knows what role she played in this relationship, and she is his bottom bitch. He has no respect for her. He don't give a fuck if she is the mother of his child. She just got pregnant. It's not like he was trying. You know what I'm saying? It's you know that. You're aware of that, which means there's no reason for you to come to me and me to tell you some shit you already fucking know. Let's just go ahead and do what it is that you asked me to do. Bitch, pay me. I'll do it. No problem. Because I know it's not going to change nothing. It's going to change the way that he treats you more than likely, but it's not going to change the way that he acts when you're not around. So, you know.
I don't think I've ever met a man yet. I haven't met a man yet that has rooted a woman.
That was what?
That has rooted a woman. I haven't met that yet. I'm trying to. I hope I don't.
Atlanta. You'll find a couple Southern boys down there that's willing to do some shit like that. They got problems.
Dang. And some of them be having magic on them they don't even know. So if you date someone that has love, magic, or redemption, I will remove that work first before you start working them.
So since you bring it up, let's talk about like people that be having two people go in the world with them with love, magic. Think about like when they see her going head to head with the same dude. What's his mind like? What's he going through? That poor child.
That's yikes station. Woo! Y'all fighting each other and for him. No, I'm out of that because you don't know who you're dealing with. Sometimes I think people forget that. Like you think you just dealing with one priest or priestess or maybe lone witch. I don't know who you messing with. Most of the time, if it's a Facebook group, girl, I can get you. That's easy. I can get you out of here. Like that ain't nothing.
Oh, she got him as in a honey jar, bitch. I got that boy in a lamp.
Yeah, you gonna put me in a jar, bitch? I'll put you in the grave. Like if you don't get like no. If you really want someone, and they have some magic being done on them, remove the work first. So like a nice spiritual bath, remove that work first, and then do your work, sis. If you really want them like that. With them herbs that we just gave you. Don't say I didn't help you out either.
I better not get a message there talking about some priestess. You know, I threw some dirt over a dog and I got him buried in the yard. What, girl? What you say?
You wanted him dead? Like, why you do that? That's not what I meant. That's not what I was talking about. No, sis, that's not it.
I'm waiting on these damn comments. I'm like, oh my
Lord. No, I don't see one.
No, they didn't. But look, girl, it all boils down to the kind of person that you are. I'll root a nigga. It sound like fun, girl. I'm down for it. I'll do it. Shit, but you know, just be careful. Whenever you do love work, you should always do protection work as well. Because you never know the kind of person that you may be dealing with. Maybe you will need to be protected from this person's spirit if they come on a little too strong. Not everybody meant to want you, bruh. And there's certain people, when they want you, you like, you don't know what to do after that. It's just a mess. It can turn into an entire shit show, you know. So be careful. If you're going to use the herbs that we gave y'all, take a couple out for protection. You know what I'm saying? Some earth herbs to keep your ass grounded so you don't start floating out to sea about the situation. You know, make sure that you're 2 feet in the ground and you have, you know, you're not delusional. Not to be disrespectful, but Derek Jackson's wife is delusional.
Don't end up like Derek Jackson's wife. Get your hair done if you're gonna let a nigga treat you wrong. At least look good doing it.
Bonnet Bo Pete gonna get on my motherfucking nerves.
Oh, baby. Oh no, Bon Appetit.
I don't have time for this. Like when I first saw that, I never watched the video and I knew it was gonna piss me off. This is exactly why. I was like, I'm gonna watch this.
I watched it. I was mad. She really spit poetry to me. Even though there were bars. Some of those was some real shit. I like that. But no, I wouldn't take advice from her.
You know them rappers where you can't tell like if they're really depressed or if they're hopping on that trend. When you say bars, that's what I thought about. That's what I just associated her with. Like someone that has like a whole lot of problems. Like,
yeah, it shows.
Like it's nothing wrong with that. Everybody goes through what they go through, but we're not gonna sit here and act like sis is just stupid. I did not pick up stupidity from her, but she was a dumb bitch. Like I said what I said. And I hope she see this video. We're gonna share this everywhere. Y'all send this to everybody y'all know because baby girl need to hear this. Like this is like you taking an L for your gender, sis. Like you, how dare you have us as women out here looking fucking stupid? Like, this is a shame. This is 2021. We should not still be doing this. We just
girl, put your WAP on something else. Put your WAP on something that's gonna make you money.
Fucking with energy like his, it might not even be a WAP no more. It's a dot. It's you know. Does it not sound like that?
It is. Like it doesn't have to be that way.
Imagine like energy. It's gonna drain all the wetness from your coochie.
Ooh, we don't do broke dick energy. Ain't shit energy. No.
I want to like give her a bath. I was gonna say give her a hug, but I don't. I'm shy, you know. I don't want to deal with that.
I want to know what your ancestors think of this.
My grandma would have smacked the fuck out of me. She really would have. She would have smacked. She probably would have hit that nigga with a car. Cause that's how mine just.
I don't know what her ancestors think of it.
They just. I mean, but that depends on whether or not she come from a line of weak ass bitches. I mean, don't it? Like some of her ancestors, he love you though. Weak ass ancestors, weak as fuck. Like.
I feel like her ancestors were prayer warriors because that's what she gives me, but they probably just prayed for the wrong things.
They prayed for a wealthy and abundant man. They ain't prayed for wealthy and abundance.
They're trying to kill two birds with one stone.
They killed three with their bird-headed asses.
Well, ricocheted back.
I said what I said. She want to be a little birdie, flapping her little wings on out there. No, like they can be prayer warriors all they want to, but as soon as it came to a man, them just got trampled by the horses. I genuinely do feel like she's suffering from like generational curses that she's aware of. Like she may not know it's a generational curse, but she didn't watch like another woman go through this in her family in her lifetime at some point. Mm-hmm. It was like, if he really like, I feel like her mama's like that. Like her mama may be a dumb bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like she may have like rubbed off dumb bitch.
Coming for her neck, goddamn.
Her mama may have rubbed off that kind of energy on her and was like, if you really love him and he really taking care of you. Of course I'm gonna root a nigga like that if I don't want to leave him. I'm gonna fuck his life up. You fucking my life up, nigga. Let's go sit for sad. You feel me?
You're the petty priestess. Wait a minute, love goddess. You mad petty over there. I mean, final words for anyone that wants to do love magic, whether you dealing with the ancient nigga or not. Just have a clear understanding of what love is, and be willing to suffer the consequences to whatever you do. And don't make a nigga stay that doesn't want to stay. That's probably the best thing you could do for yourself.
That's what root work is right there. Well, that nigga want to leave.
Yeah, I would recommend it. But if you're going to do it, girl, do it right. Don't put your juicy juice in people's food or drinks.
Save it for you men too.
Yeah, don't. I'll fight you. Stab. I will fight you if you did me like that. No, please don't do that. Please.
You're gonna choose violence every time because I believe that's what I heard.
This Aries moon cannot do that.
Let me ever find out. Your semen in my milk.
Wow, you really thought you were gonna live tomorrow? Did you?
Say, like, you rooted me, but boy, it ain't gonna last. I'm gonna kill you today.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That's a dud. All right, so we want to thank you guys for tuning in to the premiere of the Golden Hour. If you would like to get in contact with us, please follow us on Instagram at king.lily and the Garden Priestess. We want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Girl,
bye.
Can't do our readings.
I know. Do you want to?
Yeah,
I was asking if you wanted to.
So, our question.
Go.
Do you want to go first or let me go first?
No, you can go.
Okay, so we're going to ask the question of, like, let's see. What do the ancestors think about root work? How do they feel towards it? Girl, don't you just love the sound of your cards shuffling? Like,
Girl, I'm listening to yours. I'm like, what they gotta say? I'm just nosy. I just want to know. I just want to know. Y'all write in the comments what you think Derek Jackson's wife should do about her ain't shit cancer nigga.
Keep her bonnet on.
What you say? Kill them all? Is that what you say?
I want her to go to court with that bonnet on. I want to enchant that bonnet for her.
Y'all think Derek Jackson's wife should start a series called The Bonnet Chronicles 2.0? Let's see if her nigga will stay. Maybe she gonna push the word. I don't know. I really feel like something about her is like mad powerful to me. I really think she has like a star before she would just take off the bonnet.
I told you she's not stupid. Like, I take her as an extremely like intelligent individual.
She's not.
I feel like they got a lot to say. Girl, they finna come through with a mouthful.
What they gotta say, priestess?
Blue child. The first card that came out was the Two of Hearts. That bitch came out upside down. They came with the fuckery and the foolishness. Okay. The first word I heard is stupidity. If you're sensitive, you might want to go ahead and like log off now. Okay. Because my ancestors rude. They're talking about just, once again, discernment. I keep hearing the word discernment. They're sitting here reflecting on people falling head over heels in love or with that fantasy or idea of love. It's like a fairy tale to them. They sit here, you know, this is like the reason why. Like, y'all look at my playing cards, aren't they cute? Look at this. Like,
those are really cute.
Upside down, it's like you just happily fall into some bullshit. That's exactly what I see. It's like, take me now. It's white Jesus, save my dysfunctional bullshit marriage. You know, and they're not going for it. They're like, root work, you know, this is how we initially feel towards it. Like, this is what we gonna tell your ass every time. This is literally how they feel towards it. They're talking about instability and imbalance within your own life, not necessarily within your relationship with this person. You know what I'm saying? You need to focus on what it is that has caused you to think that something like this is, depending on the person and your reasoning for doing something like this. Once again, is there discernment of your decision? Are you conscientious and aware of what it is that you're asking to be done for you or to this other person? Are you prepared for the kind of karma that may come back on you depending on your intentions and, you know, why did you decide to do it in the first place? That's what they had for the goddamn Two of Hearts. Like, Lord, that was a lot. When it comes to the Six of Clubs, oh my God. Confusion. That's the first thing I heard is confusion. People sitting here and being guided and led in the wrong direction. I'm hearing people's friends, people going, you know, based off what other people have told them. How many of your friends really gonna tell you not to root God? Or you feel like they're gonna encourage you? Because they are. And you know, as women, we do hype other women up to do some, you know, like Guardian Goddess who came to me and was like, I want to root this mountain. Feel like, what you want to do?
Like, girl, I want to just make him mine, make him my sex slave.
Okay. we'll lock that boy up in the basement if we got to. But do you see my point though? Feminine energy feeding off other negative feminine energy, and we're sitting here like
just petty. Just petty. Mind you, this is Leo and a Scorpio getting together. It's about to be an explosion.
Pretty much. It's really a matter of a lack of control and a lack of power is also what I see, because what you see inside of the Six of Clubs is also an 8, letting me know that somebody has control issues. Your ego, you're working, speaking, and spending from your ego. I'm saying spending because you're coming to me and paying me in order to get me to control and take away someone's free will. You see what I'm saying? So they talk about this often being a problem when people want to get root work done. I don't hear them necessarily saying like it's a bad thing, because there is positivity that can come out of the situation. But what they're saying is that this is often why niggas want to get it done, and the endings that they be hoping for, they don't necessarily receive, along with the karma that they did not expect. So like we said, if you sit here and you cage a man, especially a grown man, or like the young adolescent male where the immaturity ain't, be real careful. You don't want to like root like a teenage boy. God forbid.
Girl, you trying to rule a 15-year-old? Man.
Imagine, girl, you remember when we was little girls, up in the kitchen playing with that damn hot sauce when we weren't supposed to?
Child, I'm glad I didn't know none of this shit at 15, boy.
Real practitioners get that little inside joke, playing with hot sauce in the kitchen, casting hot sauce.
Yeah, it is.
Grandmama said, put a little honey on your tongue, it goes hot too, girl, but they're saying that this is what a lot of people have a problem with, a lack of control in their lives. A lot of people that want to root people have very dominant energy, or they're real wishy-washy. You see what I'm saying? So we either got fire energy over here, or then we got like a whole lot of water. Not to say it can't be something in between, but I'm not gonna play with you.
This fire and water energy, y'all, like, y'all. Listen.
All we making is hot steam here. We making hot ass steam, something from the blow. And the last card is the Two of Diamonds. It's talking about, when working together with this partner, this individual, this situation could be prosperous. Say, for instance, if you root like a business partner. Imagine if you're working with a company like Apple and you root Apple. I would root the fuck out of Apple. Nigga, you ain't never breaking this contract.
That's true. That's true.
You ain't never in your life. I got a baby that don't want to pay child support. Boy, you ain't never not gonna have that goddamn money hit my direct deposit every month. You crazy as hell. I'm a root show. You see, but that's what we should be using root work for. If we being perfectly honest, that's just how my mind works. I'll sit here and I'll root the fuck out of a business opportunity. But that's what it's talking about. That's the proper situation to be. I really just dropped some gems on y'all. Y'all better take note of that too, because y'all ain't never thought about that before.
I was like, I'm like low-key taking notes. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that when I was just on with.
It's like they're talking about, we only think about root work when it comes to other people. Girl, dick is replaceable.
Dick is simple. It's everywhere. Like,
there's an abundance of it, so I can root that dick, but let's root the money too. Like, girl, if I was Megan Thee Stallion, every sugar daddy I ever had, every single one rooted. I got a root in your bank account, nigga. You fucked around, gave me the account and the routing number. I bet you I'll write that bitch on candy.
Don't bind the nigga, bind the nigga's bank account to you. That's what you need to do, sis.
I'll fuck around and throw them numbers up in a lamp. You better stop playing with me. You ain't never gonna stop playing.
Please don't mess with. Let nobody mess with you, Lord, because this ain't never going well.
What Megan say? Swipe that man card so much they had to call the bank. Boy, you better stop playing with me. Yeah. Look, that's, y'all better take note. I want to hear about people rooting bank accounts from now on. That's all I want to hear.
And you got it from me, so give me my credit. You got it from me. I did a reading too, and so the first card that I had got was the Thief, which lets me know that a lot of y'all are trying to steal love that it don't belong to you. Most of the time, the people that you're trying to root don't want you. They don't want nothing to do with you, but you're trying to buy their love or root their love to you, and that's just not supposed to happen. You're trying to create new avenues for yourself in a relationship that wasn't destined to be yours. A lot of times people are here for a season, and sometimes people are only here for a weekend, and y'all trying to make them stay for years, and it just don't work like that. When you could use your divine feminine into something else that could benefit you more, because you're worthy of more than just fickle dick. You trying to get an Offset, you trying to get a Future when you can get a Russell Wilson. Because many people are connected to the divine. You have all the unlimited source in your hands. And then you get a nigga that wants to rebel from the work and end up wanting to beat your ass because they don't want you. You're limitless. You're limitless. You have connections everywhere. Your ancestors want to work with you. Your friends love you. Your family want to take care of you. There's a nigga out there that love you, that want to take care of you, but you stuck on future community dick.
Derek Jackson.
Community dick. And lion community dick too.
Girl.
Even. You don't have to root someone to make them love you. If they love you, they gonna love you regardless.
You shouldn't have to root someone to make them love you.
Absolutely not.
Like it's that you should not have to. Now, like we said, we know we didn't bit into y'all's ass a little bit about this, but once again, remember we enjoy doing it. Girl, it's fun. It is.
I do enjoy seeing people's shit get fucked up. I don't wanna hold you.
Look.
But I want the best for you.
Y'all guess my sign. I like to fuck with people. I love getting up on their motherfucking skin. Look, I'll take some honey and sling that bitch everywhere.
She a Leo, y'all. She a Leo. She a Leo. And I'm a Scorpio, so I'll be like, no, don't do it, but like, do it. Like the Kermit meme, when they be like, I don't know what to do, and he'd be like, do it. That's me. That's me.
I'm definitely that friend, all up in the goddamn. I'm like, look. Rising my little head up out the ground, girl. You better do it. Go ahead.
Like, it's okay. Just go ahead and do it. Do it. Learn your lessons how you need to.
As a friend, I'm willing to get into some shit. But to be honest with you, it's like if Cardi B came to me and said I want to root Offset, I wouldn't be surprised. It ain't gonna stop that nigga from cheating though.
I think that's okay for some reason in a marriage. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, he's there. So might as well make it comfortable. Just make it life easier because he ain't going nowhere at this point. Like, go ahead.
You said that, and what I heard was, nigga, I'm fucked. That's what I heard. Like, Cardi be sitting up in the damn kitchen at the damn counter talking about something. Boy, you ain't going nowhere. Now you really ain't going nowhere. Before you ain't going nowhere. I don't even know why you're
money involved. Like, girl, good luck. Like, it's gonna be a fight to the death. Just.
But nah, for some reason, I can see Cardi putting her hands on that man. Like, I really can. Like, I can see her.
I'm pretty sure she said that on Twitter. I'm pretty positive she said, yeah, I hit that nigga last week. And I was like, oh, so we publicizing this? For a lot.
A lot of women said domestic violence all 2021.
Oh, Lord.
They said these hands bisexual. They said, y'all gonna stop disrespecting me.
Wow.
Derek Jackson's wife? He about this close to getting stabbed and shot in his sleep. He better stop. He gonna make that girl cry.
She looked like she about to snap. She looked like she about to snap.
Just make sure you like these people and you actually want to be around this nigga. You don't get bored with niggas like most of us. Like, the garden goddess to get bored with nigga. Yo, she don't even.
Why you blasting, bro? Like, why you doing that? They don't need to know my business.
She don't need it, cause he gonna stick around. She's like, why you here?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be like, if you gonna be here, you might as well pay rent.
I can see that being sweetie. She's like, why you here?
Yeah, I can see that. She's gonna have somebody in a minute. She'll be alright.
She got masculine Cancer energy in her too. She be playing. She like to play games. She too cute to be. I ain't got time for this shit today, bro. This is ridiculous.
Well, Priestess, do you want to give the world your final thoughts?
How do we even end this? Like, this conversation. This was like a well-needed conversation, but it's.
Don't let these niggas run you into the ground, sis. You're fine. You're fine without him.
And the same thing goes for these men. Don't be letting these women, these little girls run you into the ground. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Period. You're gonna be all right.
If you want to play some games, y'all know how to find us. y'all,
Yep. At the
y'all know
Voodoo
how to find
Institute,
us. You better
we're
get in contact with us. And we can play Junkie Joker too. You know what I'm saying? But my honest final conclusion is just be careful and be safe when doing things like this, and make sure it's something that you really want to do, and don't be putting your blood in people's food. Stupid. Don't do that. Like, stay off of Facebook when looking for spiritual advice and spiritual guidance and help, because shit like that will get somebody really hurt, and it's just nasty. That's nasty as fuck. Like, is your coochie even clean to be doing something like that? Like, imagine like dirty coochie in your food.
Priestess, I'm trying to eat after this. I don't need the visual. I don't need the visual.
Battery acid, like in your milk.
Love yourself, y'all. And be sure you're ready for relationships, no matter. Just be sure you.
Y'all didn't hear that. I'd be liable to spit on the motherfucker if I ever. Oh my god.
Child. See, that's the Leo jumping out. Let's get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in to the first premiere the only premiere of the Golden Hour. We will catch you guys in the next one. Bye y'all.